she grows up. Summer has a little sister and two older siblings. Her dad, Staff Sergeant Dexter Wiggins, has proudly served in the United States Air Force for 7 years.
Hi, my name is Summer. My dad is my hero. So is my mom. We are a proud military family. Can you please join us with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the national anthem.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the Bryant alma mater, followed by the Cabot alma mater. Thank you, Cabot and Bryant Junior ROTC and the Bryant and Cabot High School marching bands. Attention Parks and Rec, football and cheer. Please head down if you're in the stadium to the track. Meet at the helmet. We'll be welcoming our Panthers to the field momentarily. Now a word from Coach Reed.
Welcome to Panther Stadium. I'm Scott Reed, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach of your Cabot Panthers. Let me take this opportunity to introduce our coaching staff.
John Painter, Defensive Coordinator, Safeties. Clark Bain, Corners and Specialists. Blake Gibson, Defensive Line. Hunter Jackson, Offensive Line. David Bain, Tight Ends, Fullbacks. Justin Bigham, Running Backs. LJ Tarrant, Linebackers. Justin Wiley, Receivers.
Junior High North Head Coach Danny Spencer and Assistant Coaches Ben Ford and Gary Ford. Junior High South Head Coach Roy Brown and Assistant Coaches Austin Abel and Colton Counts. Strength and Conditioning Coach Brandon J. Head Athletic Trainer Jason Cates and Assistant.
Hello and welcome to Cabot Panther Football on YouTube at Cabot High School Television. We are live from Panther Stadium tonight as 7A Central Conference play rolls on. It is Week 5 of conference play. Our Panthers welcoming the top-ranked team in the state, undefeated, the Bryant Hornets, coming in here tonight. I'm the broadcasting teacher at Cabot High School, Mitch Lilly. I'm going to be doing your play-by-play tonight. And joining me on color commentary is Junior High South girls basketball coach. And more importantly, on Friday nights, he's Mr. Stat. That's Jeremy Carson. Jeremy, welcome in.
Yeah, and a very pleasant good evening to all of our folks, our fans tuning in tonight. We are finally under the lights at kickoff. This is going to be the first game of the year where kickoff has happened after dark, and that just tells you that you're getting closer to playoff time, getting closer to football weather, and that you're getting deep in the conference play, and that's what we've got here. Is we've got a gigantic matchup between your Cabot Panthers and the Bryant Hornets. Bryant comes in as the top-ranked team in the state. They are undefeated in conference play, and they have a sledgehammer of an offense, very physical defense, and they're going to present a very, very, very huge task tonight for your Cabot Panthers.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for that bit of info. Our captains are set to head out to midfield for the coin toss tonight. Let's take a second and let's meet our captains. Check out this graphic.
Now it's time to meet tonight's captains.
So those are our captains for tonight. As I said, they're getting set to head out to midfield. Jeremy, we're set for a great game tonight. A little cooler weather tonight. It actually feels like football here at Panther Stadium.
It sure does, and we've got several fans down in front of us. A lot of them have donned the hoodies and some jackets tonight, and that just lets you know that we are getting closer to playoff football, and also for me personally, basketball season as well. So that's just right around the corner, and something that I know a bunch of young folks are excited about. But hey, tonight we got Bryant Hornets here in town, and in a matchup that we're going to kind of see what we're made of. This is a Bryant Hornet team that Little Rock Christian hung with for a long time. Pulaski Academy hung with them for a half, and those are two teams that we have competed really well with in the conference. The problem here is they just absolutely hammer you with a really fast-paced offense. They are very physical up front and going to present a big task for our undersized defensive line and linebackers, and they have a really good RPO game as well. So when your linebackers come up, bite on fakes, they hit you over the top, and so that's going to be a big task tonight for the Cabot defense. And the biggest thing is let your offense be your defense, right? You want to keep the ball away from that Bryant Hornet offense as much as possible and take advantage of any miscues and see what happens.
Certainly the Panthers with a lot of momentum after last Friday's 42-35 victory over Pulaski Academy on the road. Back at home tonight, but this is going to be a tough task. Again, our captains tonight as they head out to midfield. 0, senior Cooper Powell. Number 23, Ian Frazier. Number 83, Nathan Dickerson. And number 82, Braden Collins. And the young men shaking hands at midfield as we get set for a big night of football here at Panther Stadium. Again, I was talking about the weather. 58 degrees, says my iPhone right now. And it looks like the showers are going to hold off. We had little sprinkles of rain today, but seems like it's going to hold off tonight. Not going to come in until Saturday. So set for a great night of football. As Jeremy said, we're under the lights here tonight. Our Panthers in all red, and Bryant with the white tops and the blue bottoms. There's the coin toss.
Looks like Bryant's won it. They looked at it, and they're probably going to defer, which means Cabot Panther offense should be taking over. Let's see what the officials say here.
Okay. Broadcasting senior Cannon Heifel up top working our camera, giving us this angle here.
And I was correct. Bryant won it. They deferred. The Cabot Panthers will be receiving in their north end zone. Want to highlight a couple of offensive players tonight. Maddox McCrory is coming off his best performance of the year against Pulaski Academy. He's now completed 97 passes for 1,482 yards. He has 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions on the season. But Cooper Powell, he has got 926 all-purpose yards, 649 rushing, 277 receiving. So he's only 74 yards away from eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark of total offense tonight. Have a feeling that he's going to get a little bit more in the air than what we're accustomed to, but he's going to be open out in the flat quite a bit. Look for Maddox McCrory to target him. Aeneas Arnold is your leading receiver, 23 catches, 343 yards on the season with 7 touchdowns. Naden Tatum is McCrory's favorite target. He does have 17 receptions on the season for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And our Panthers have entered the field, as you see on your screen right there. And we are set for football. Just about a minute and 4 seconds left on our clock tonight as we get ready to begin week 5 of conference play. Of course, our Panthers coming in 2-2 in conference play. A very easy for me to say, very pivotal win last week on the road, and looking to build off that and bounce back with another victory tonight, but that's not going to be an easy task. Again, our Panthers looking to keep the momentum going. Spoke with Coach Reed earlier this week, talking about, and Coach Painter as well, the defensive coordinator, about how last week was a total team effort. All 3 phases of the game showing out last week, and we're going to need that kind of effort again tonight here at Panther Stadium.
Yeah, one of the big stars from last week on defense was Joey Bartlett, number 93, coming in on the defensive line. He was all in the backfield for Pulaski Academy, and really forced some pressures and forced a couple of turnovers, including a pivotal one late in the game, which sealed the victory for the Cabot Panthers. We look for him to have a big game as well. The kicker tonight for Bryant Hornet, that's number 37. That's Grayson King.
All right, so Grayson King set to boot it away. And we're going to have, I'm sure I can't see the far side, but I'm sure that's Jalen Hart and Andrew Godwin going to be back for our Panthers to receive. They've been doing a lot of the kick return duties. And here's King's kick.
That one's going to go out of bounds. Nope. Yep, out of bounds. It's hard to see over here whether or not that one snuck inside the pylon or if it went out of bounds, but it looks like it went out of bounds around the 6-yard line. So there's a procedure penalty associated with that. And Panthers should take over around the 35-yard line.
Indeed. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 35, Jeremy. And we are set for some football here tonight. Great crowd again on hand. Weather cooperating right now. Great atmosphere for high school football as we are in week 8 of the season. Of course, 2 more games after tonight in the regular season, and then we'll see how the playoffs shake out. Senior quarterback Maddox McCrory out of the gun. He's got Cooper Powell to his left. A little motion here by Aiden Tatum. Handoff goes to, surprise, surprise, Cooper Powell. He goes right side along the hashes, picking up a few there. And that's 3-yard carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball now on the 38-yard line for the Panther offense. So positive play to start here on the Panthers' first drive of the night. Here again is Maddox McCrory out of the gun. Motion again across the formation. Maddox with the straight drop along the hashes. Looking left, pass is complete, caught and out of bounds.
No, it was incomplete. It was
bobbled. I see the referee's hand signal now. Incomplete pass. Intended for Bentley Harrell on the left side there, down here on the Panther sideline. So that's going to bring up 3rd. Scoreboard says 3rd and 6, ball on the 39. Here in our first quarter of play, scoreless game. Panthers' first drive of the night after receiving the opening kickoff. Here's Maddox McCrory out of the gun. Again, motion across the formation. Maddox dropping back, scrambling around a bit. Got to get rid of it here. He does indeed. Pass is caught, and that should be enough for a first down. A little hard to see, but looks like he got enough, got across the sticks there. Cannon Moore with the grab. Sophomore sensation Cannon Moore. Nice grab for the Panthers there. 11:20 in our first quarter. Panthers picking up their first down of the night. Ball now on the 46-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a great play by Moore coming back on the scramble drill.
Here's a handoff to Powell. He goes straight up the gut along the hashes, keeping his leg drive going. Cooper Powell, you know, he's good for 2 or 3 yards of carry. He's gonna fight for it. There's a replay of it. Cooper putting his head down.
Well, one of the things that we're seeing is a pretty good push along the interior offensive line, and that's going to be really key tonight. Ja'Cory Smith, number 10, was in on that tackle, but it was a good pickup. And, again, you kind of see the Panthers going a little bit slower, just trying to run this clock again, be
smart move. All right, there's Powell again. Up the middle again.
Yep, they just want to, again, just be real deliberate on offense and allow allow this offense to stay on the field and keep the ball away from that Bryant offense.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Ball's on the 50-yard line. Right at midfield, Panthers trying to get in Hornet territory here. Again, Maddox McCrory out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, receiver to his right, a receiver in the slot. Maddox dropping back. Looking left, it's Bentley Harrell. Harrell had a little separation, but it's incomplete. Pretty good defense there by the Hornets.
Yeah, one good sign, Bentley Harrell did have a pretty good, got a little bit of separation there, working against number 12, Terry and Jones, but Jones was able to stretch out. He's got a really long wingspan, was able to tip that ball away. It was just a hair underthrown, but that's going to force a punt.
4th and 6, ball at midfield, and it's going to be Lucas Blaylock back to punt for our Panthers. Lucas with the booming leg. I'm sure he's going to let it loose right here. Snap, and the punt is away. It is not one of his deeper kicks, but still serviceable. Hornets return it out, maybe around the 25 or so. We'll see where they spot it at. 9:36 here at Panther Stadium. First quarter, scoreless ball game. Panthers, nothing doing on their first drive. And the Hornets from Bryant will come in for their first drive of the night.
Yeah, Joseph Ramel came in on that stop, and it looked like the ball came out there. I was looking at the replay, but the officials whistled that Jacoby Boone, the returner, was down. And so we'll get our first look at the Bryant Hornet offense here from the 25-yard line.
Help me with Bryant's quarterback, Jeremy.
That's number 13.
Okay.
Jeremiah Moats.
Jeremiah Moats.
And he's going to be flanked by number 2, Zachariah Curtis Jones.
Okay. Zachariah Curtis Jones. We'll just call him Curtis Jones tonight. How about that? Also, Moats is a quarterback. So here's Moats. Out of the gun. With the back to his left. Handoff goes to the back. That's going to be Curtis Jones again. Little run up the middle. Check Got a replay there. Panther defense doing a good job right there.
Yeah, it was a good job. Joey Bartlett got off his block, and he's done a really good job of that. We saw that against Conway too, and he's going to have to continue to do that tonight.
Moats out of the gun. He had 3 receivers to the top of the screen to his left, and just another running play. Bryant keeping it on the ground here early in their first possession. 8.5 minutes, first quarter. Hornets up to the 39-yard line now, and it's going to be first down and 10 for them. Here's Moats. Again, it's a running play, and again, it's Curtis Jones. Some hard running by Jones, Curtis Jones.
Yeah, David Liddell came up, made that stop. Curtis Jones broke that back, broke his route back. He was going to the outside, but Lozano did a great job of coming up and plugging that outside leverage. And so Curtis Jones just turned it back in. David Liddell really put a lick on him as well.
Yep. Great job. Here's Moats. He's looking left over the middle, more so over the middle than left. Pass is incomplete. So Bryant taking it to the air right there, but ball bounds off the turf. I'm going to bring up third down here.
Yeah, that was one of those deep passes. It was well defended. Caleb Tucker was the intended receiver on that play. That was incomplete. That's something that Quad Sanders likes to do. They like to take that deep shot whenever they pick up good yardage on first down. Just a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 opportunity here for Bryant. You got to think that they're probably going to go. It's basically 4-down territory from where they are on the field.
Out of the pistol formation, that's Curtis Jones going right side along the numbers.
That's actually going to be T.J. Hodges, new running back that came in.
What number is T.J.?
He's number 1.
Number 1. All right, so we've seen a couple of Hornet backs sharing some time in the backfield here. It was Curtis Jones early, and now it's T.J. Hodges again. Here's Moats out of the pistol.
Curtis Jones back in.
All right, and they're going to fake it to Jones, dump it out to number 8. That is Kamari Austin. Austin still on his feet. Out across the 35. Nice throw and catch there by the Hornets to move the chains. Hornets inching closer to the red zone here. So it's going to be Moats, this time with the back to his right. Trips to his right and a lone receiver to his left. And that.
Number 11, Colin Robinson on that. It was just a delayed handoff. They allowed the Cabot Panther defenders to come up the line just a little bit, and it was just like a little draw play or almost like a screen, but defended pretty well there by Bryce Moore.
Hornets doing a good job of rotating backs. They're keeping us on our toes here. This is going to be Curtis Jones back in the backfield. He's standing to the right of Moats. Snap to Moats. Actually, there was 2 backs in the backfield there. And that's Curtis Jones going left.
He's going to go out of bounds there. Curtis Jones made a really good cut at the line of scrimmage. David Liddell came down from his safety position, did a really good job of forcing him out of the hole, but Curtis Jones was able to turn that into a pretty good pickup down to the 28-yard line.
All right, Hornets, 3rd and 4 here from the 28. See if they can convert another 3rd down here. Let's see. So it's Moats.
Yeah, watch the RPO right here, where they'll fake a handoff. If the safeties or linebackers come down, they'll just pass it.
Curtis Jones, and he is brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, that was number 24. Ethan Carter coming up in from his linebacker spot, just filled up that lane and got the tackle for a loss. That's a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Bryant's going to keep their offense on the field.
4th down and 5, ball spotted on the 30-yard line. We are under 6 minutes here at Panther Stadium, 5:55 to be exact. Scoreless ball game thus far. Panther defense trying to hold serve here after the offense stalled on its first possession. Bryant's first possession of the game happening right now. See if our Panther defense can knuckle down right here. Motion out of the backfield to an empty set. And that's where we find Moats. Moats gets the snap, straight drop, looking left.
It's incomplete, yes.
Incomplete, in and out of the hands of a receiver. Over there on the Bryant side.
Turnover on downs.
And the Panthers going to get the football. That's a turnover on downs.
Looks like the pass was intended for number 8, Kamari Austin. Kamari just dropped it. It hit him right in the hands, but came in hot. Maybe it was just a little bit too quick. But the Panthers will take over at their own 29-yard line, and it is going to be 1st and 10 Panthers.
Scoreboard says 30-yard line. We'll take that. Get us a yard closer, right? We'll take it. All right, so here's Maddox McCrory out with the offense for their second possession of the night. He's got Cooper Powell standing to his left. And that's where we go. Powell started out going right, cut it back up the middle.
Colin Robinson, he was snowed under there by number 11, Colin Robinson, coming up from his outside linebacker spot. And there just wasn't a whole lot of room there for Powell to go, and lost a yard on the play.
Indeed. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ball now on the 29-yard line, Jeremy. And here's McCrory. Powell to his right this time. McCrory looking to Powell. They dump it off to Powell. Makes the grab. Picking up some good yardage there before he's knocked out of bounds.
And Powell absolutely ran through the cornerback over there on that side. I don't know if I can see that number. Looks like number 6, Aaron Austin.
Aaron Austin got introduced to Cooper Powell right there, face to face.
And Cooper Powell, I mean, he hit that hole hard. That was all of his body weight into that, all of his speed in that. It's pickup of 8. And again, that's what you kind of think the Panthers going to have to do. Running yards are hard to come by against this stout Bryant Hornet defense, but there's going to be some ability to get that ball swung out to Cooper Powell wide and get him one-on-one against some smaller defensive backs.
3rd and 4, ball on the 36 with just under 4.5 minutes here in our first quarter play. It's McCrory, and we have whistles on the play.
We got an offside on Bryant.
That's nice. We'll take that. Encroachment on the defense, and the Panthers are going to pick up the first down after the penalty. Certainly take that, Jeremy. We got to watch our penalties tonight, but we'll certainly take any that come our way.
Oh, absolutely. You want to win the penalty war, and you want to win the turnover war, at least stay even there. But, yeah, that was a big one. We'll take the first down by way of penalty here. New set of downs as we move the chains. And he's back, had another encroachment.
There we go.
We got him.
I believe that's Christopher Fowler, the H-back, going in motion there, and the defense jumped.
Well, that's one of the things I think the coaches noticed earlier when Cooper Powell was stuffed, that the defensive line really timed up the snap count. And what you've seen here was a little bit of a hard count, maybe a change in the cadence.
Yeah.
And that allows your offensive line to come off a little bit faster, makes that defensive line a little bit more hesitant.
All right, here's McCrory going back to the well again. That's Cooper Powell, but this time, boy, he is met by a couple of Hornets right there pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was number 44, Thomas Cornelius. He's their middle linebacker. He came up, and he's a load. Stuffed Powell for no gain. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Maybe just a little bit of a loss there, but the ball's going to be on the 45.5-yard line. Was around the 46.5, so about a yard loss on that play. But still got to try it. You got to keep that middle linebacker honest.
Here's motion across the formation. That's Bentley Harrell in motion. Maddox dropping back, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself, and he's got the first down. Maddox sliding. Got past the chains, hit the turf, got down safely and securely. We've got to keep him healthy. Smart play by Maddox McCrory there to tuck and run. Very smart play.
Oh, absolutely. A gain of 10 and getting down. But he just noticed he had a couple of crossers in front of him, those crossing routes, and Aeneas Arnold and Aiden Tatum both crossed. They both cleared out the defenders and left it wide open for McCrory to take the middle of the field.
All right. Panthers Back at work here, a little shovel pass to Cooper Powell, and Cooper Powell has another first down.
Yeah, that's a really nice gain. Again, just attacking the perimeter of this defense here. Got a really nice block by number 26 and number 31. I'll have to go back and look at our roster. Number 26.
Christopher Fowler.
Christopher Fowler and Caden Harmon, both of them got really good blocks out there on the perimeter, and that sprung Cooper Powell up to the 34-yard line.
Nice job by the offense there. Good blocking, good running. Ball spotted on the 34-yard line now. Panthers moving along here on offense, looking pretty good. First drive stalled, but keeping the momentum rolling here. That's Cannon Moore in motion, and there's flags on the play.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a false start penalty against the Panthers, something that you can't really afford. You don't want to get behind the chains against this Bryant defense. If they put you in obvious passing downs, you know they're going to pin their ears back and get after McCrory. So that's a big mistake. Hopefully the Panthers can make up for that here on this next play.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 15. Ball spotted on the 39 now. Under 2 minutes now left here in our first quarter of play. Still a scoreless game. Maddox dropping back after he fakes the handoff, looking to the right side. That might have been knocked down by a Hornet over there on the Bryant sideline.
Yeah, that was number 9, Kamari Austin. Oh, no, not number 9. I don't know who number 9 is. We got a jersey that is not on their roster, but that's all for naught because we also had a holding penalty, and that's going to push us back. So 15 yards and penalties on back-to-back plays will make it a 1st and 25. Panthers going in reverse, not what you really want.
Nope. Certainly killing our momentum here, putting us back behind the sticks. It's going to be 1st and 25, ball on the 49.
And we got a whistle.
Yeah, just kind of waiting to see what.
Oh yeah, they didn't quite have the officials didn't quite have it spotted correctly. Now it's 1st and 25 from the 49-yard line.
There we go. That's Aiden Tatum in motion, but it's Cooper Powell going left, and he has some running room.
Yeah, we've seen that play before where they fake the jet sweep motion and come back across the formation with Cooper Powell. Very good play, very effective. Usually springs Powell for some running room, and he got it there. That was a good pickup to get some of that penalty yardage back up to the 43. It's a gain of 6, and Panthers are now moving forward a little bit.
Number 9 is Bryant Davis. Thank you to Michael Westbrook, the play-by-play announcer for Bryant High School, the broadcasting teacher. Just sent me a text. Thanks, Michael, for that. Bryant Davis, number 9 for the Bryant Hornets. We'll write that down for you.
And we're going to have a timeout here.
It's going to be the Panthers' first timeout of the night. Coach Reed wanted to talk it over here as it's 2nd and 19 and the ball on the 43-yard line. Great crowd again on hand tonight, Jeremy. Stands are packed. Of course, tonight I got some good news for our viewers. We want to thank you first off for tuning in tonight and joining us on YouTube at Cabot High School Television for Cabot Panther football. Big matchup tonight, hosting longtime rival, the Bryant Hornets. Of course, they're having a phenomenal season. Undefeated thus far, both overall and in conference play. And our Panthers with some momentum after the victory last Friday night against Pulaski Academy. Boy, I tell you, that was exciting last Friday night.
That was a fun game. And these young men left it all out on the field. Coaches did a great job with their game plan and playing in a very tough, intimate environment down there at PA. But to come away with that win was huge.
49 seconds here in our first quarter play, and it's Maddox McCrory again. Going to tuck and run. I like that play. Might have got back to the original line. No, he's short of the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd down. They say he picked up 7. Roger Tonneson on the doing the PA announcing tonight. Said a pickup of 7. So we're at 26 seconds and counting. 3rd and 10 Ball on the 34 now. We'll see if the Panthers can convert right here. We have some motion. Maddox scrambling for his life here. He does get the pass off, but he just chunks it out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about with the Hornets, and a obvious passing down like that. They just came off the edge, and that was number 0, Gavin Moman, giving the initial pressure there and forcing McCrory out of his reads and into a scramble mode. Picks up a 4th and 10, but I think what you're going to see here is Panthers going to go for it. Obviously a little bit too close to punt, too far for a field goal. It's in that no man's land.
That's right. Dean Heyer and Lucas Blaylock both have great legs, but I don't think that's a little too far out of their range. So here's Maddox on 4th and 10. Looking to pass. He has a receiver.
He does.
And it is complete down to about the 20-yard line there.
And that's Cannon Moore again. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. And we are tied at 0. A 14-yard gain on that play. And we are tied at 0.
If you would have told me that to start the night, Jeremy, I would be thrilled.
I would take that every day and twice on Sunday.
There we go. Scoreless game. 1 quarter in the books here from Panther Stadium. Thank you guys again for joining us tonight on YouTube. We appreciate your viewership. And we'll let you know that at halftime we are going to show you the band performance tonight. Band director, Mr. Rusty Hart, gave me the A-OK to show that tonight. So we're going to bring that to you at halftime tonight. Can't wait for that.
All right, let's give you some first quarter stats while we got just a break in the action. Both teams picked up 4 first downs. There's only 3 possessions where the Panthers are in their second possession. Bryant only touched the ball 1 time in the first quarter. Bryant they picked up 4 first downs on their drive. Cabot's combined for 4 first downs on their 2 drives. Panthers have picked up 55 yards rushing on 10 attempts and 16 yards on 4 passing attempts. 2 of 4 is what Maddox McCrory is, for a total of 71 first quarter yards. Bryant was just held to 45 yards in the first quarter, 25 on the ground at 3.6 per carry, and then 4 attempts. 2 of those were complete for 20 yards.
All right, Panthers huddled up here, talking it over as we get set to begin the second quarter of play. Here from Panther Stadium. Again, I'm the broadcasting teacher at Cabot High School. My name is Mitch Lilly. I'm doing your play-by-play tonight. Joined on color commentary by Junior High South girls basketball coach, but more importantly, on Friday night, he's Mr. Stat. That's Jeremy Carson.
Yeah, and what a great first quarter that we just had, and this Cabot Panther offense really playing crisp tonight. The offensive line's doing a pretty good job here as they hand to Cooper Powell to start the second quarter, and that's going to be a good 5 or 4 yard gain by Powell off over here to the right side, and that was number 73, number 11, number 73, Ryan Horn, and number 11, Colin Robinson on the stop up to the 16-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 6, but good push by the right side of that Cabot offensive line.
I just like to see the Panthers in the red zone, Jeremy. We got a chance here. It'd be great to get in the end zone and light up this scoreboard first tonight. Here's Powell. He is met immediately.
Yeah, that was Gavin Moman coming off the edge, and we've got a stoppage in play.
11-14 here in our second quarter play, just underway.
Looks like a helmet came off as Moman. He laid a lick, but man, he took a shot as well. It was the loss of 2 back to the 18-yard line, and that will bring up a 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, ball spotted on the 18. Says the scoreboard here at Panther Stadium. Under 11 minutes now. Kind of a tight bunch formation here out of the spread for the Panthers. There's Maddox backpedaling, looking for Aiden Tatum, I believe.
Yeah, the Panthers tried to set up a screenplay there to let the Bryant Hornets through. It was well defended over there on the backside. McCrory just overthrew Tatum just a little bit, but he threw it to the open spot in that defensive backfield. But that's going to bring up a Dean Heyer field goal attempt.
All right, we'll see if the Panthers can get on the board here first. Dean kicking from the right hash. Snap is down, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. 35-yard field goal attempt there by Dean Heyer. puts the Panthers on the board first.
Yeah, and you could tell his backfield mate, his special teams mate, Lucas Blaylock, he was already pumping as soon as that ball was released. He's the holder there. It was a great snap, great hold. Blaylock called it before the referees did, and the Panthers are on the board here, 3-0, with 10 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first half.
Pretty good drive right there, Jeremy, despite some penalties, some self-inflicted wounds there, but the Panthers managed to overcome that.
Yeah, it was a 12-play, 53-yard total drive, but it took 6 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. And that right there is the prescription by the Cabot coaching staff. They want to take the air out of the football, run the clock as much as possible, keep the ball away from this Bryant offense, and limit their possessions. And if you can do that, you can keep your offense fresh enough against this sledgehammer of an offensive juggernaut that is the Bryant Hornets.
Yeah, so far so good. We'll take it, certainly. It is week 5 of 7A Central Conference play.
And back deep to receive here is going to be number 8, Kamari Austin, and number 23, Jacoby Boone, as Lucas Blaylock is going to kick off. And with 10 minutes and 46 seconds, the Bryant Hornets are going to get only their second possession of this game so far.
That's impressive. And like you said, that's just what the doctor ordered here. That's what the coaching staff wants to do. We have to keep the Hornets' offense off the field here and find some way to put points on the board. That's what we did. Even though we didn't get in the end zone, we didn't get 6. We'll certainly take 3 in this situation.
I like what I'm seeing right now from the offensive line. They are getting a pretty good push up against the Bryant defensive line and reestablishing reestablishing the line of scrimmage 2 or 3 yards beyond the sticks. One of the things the Bryant defensive backs and linebackers are really starting to jump into the backfield, so look for a little bit more swing outs to Cooper Powell next time, maybe some RPO action to try to get that ball down and get that ball over the second level of the Bryant defense.
This is Lucas Blaylock kicking off a booming kick around the 5-yard line. Hornets going to return from there. That's Boone. Jacoby Boone on the return there.
And we got a player down by Bryant.
We do. Boone breaking a few tackles and wrestled down by number 1, Braden McCraw for the Panthers, making the sure-handed tackle in the open field. We do have a Hornet down on the field right now, injured. 10:39. Second quarter of play. Panthers up 3-0 here on this crisp October 24th, night of October 24th here.
Well, we have a little bit of a break in the action, Mitch. We do have a big week coming up in Cabot Panther Athletics. Cabot School District is going to be hosting the 6A State Volleyball Tournament next week, beginning on Monday in Panther Arena. Your Lady Panthers, the volleyball team, just completed their regular season 31-2. They are 6A Central champs and are the first seed. They won't play in the tournament until the second day on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So just go ahead and mark your calendars, and everybody plan on being in Cabot in Panther Arena and cheering on those ladies as they try to take their first state tournament championship in volleyball.
On a side note, we encourage you to go to Panther Arena, but if you can't, we'll certainly be streaming those matchups as well. Here's the Hornets keeping it on the ground. Moats handing off, and that is going to be Boone, the Hornet that also returned the kickoff. Boone with a run to the left there. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. They're going to say he picked up about 3 yards there.
No, he picked up 8 on that play.
8, sorry.
Yeah.
The scoreboard was a little behind there.
Yeah, Lozano did a good job of getting off his block and getting the stop. And there's a second dropped pass. Number 17, Keenan Lattin was the intended receiver, and the ball was just put right on the money, but for the second time tonight, Bryant receivers have dropped a pass, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Just noticed on that play that was Kyler Shelby in at quarterback. He's number 15. So it looks like the Hornets have made a switch at quarterback after Moat started the game. This is Kyler Shelby number 15 in at quarterback for the Hornets. They've got twins to the right. And that's going to be number 2 up the middle. That's Curtis Jones. Zachariah Curtis Jones on the carry. Hornets again in a hurry up here, playing some tempo. There's a handoff again. Just a few yard gain.
Yeah, that was going to be number 1, TJ Hodges on that handoff, as the Bryant Hornets just trying to get up and go fast. That's one of the things that they like to do.
Certainly moving a lot quicker now with Shelby in at quarterback. There's a handoff and some running room. Shoved out of bounds. They're going to say about the 30-yard line or so. We'll see where they officially spotted at. 9:28, and here come the Hornets. They're on the move here, in a hurry.
Pick up a 25 on that play.
1st and 10, ball on the 31. Here's Shelby looking to pass out to the right. Pass is complete. Can't see the Hornet number.
That's
but
number 3.
Number 3 is Caleb Tucker with the grab, and he's wrestled down out of bounds over there on the Bryant sideline, and that's going to be another first down.
Yeah, it's going to be down to the 12-yard line and pickup of 19, as the Hornets are now moving fast and picking it up in chunks.
They are. 1st and 10, ball on the 12. Hornets can still get a first down here. Shelby looking right, throws it to the band. Over there by the band barn.
It was good coverage there by Carlos Lozano. It looked like it was going to be a jump ball up to number 8, Kamari Austin, but Lozano held his ground. It was an incomplete pass to bring up a second down and kind of slow this Bryant Hornet offense just for momentarily.
Shelby handing off. Again, the Hornets running it right up the middle. Back still on his feet.
Yeah, that was Colin Robinson. He's a two-way player there for the Hornets. He's down to around the 4-yard line or 5-yard line or so.
Listed as a running back on their roster, but linebacker rather on the roster, but he's playing some running back tonight, and I believe that's him again, going left side and into the paint. Bryant getting into the end zone on this drive. Yep, nothing to it there. You can see from our replay. That was number 11, actually. Yep, that's Robinson. In for the score, and the Hornets will attempt the extra point. Here to set our score at 7-3. Kick is up, and it is good. And with a quickness, the Hornets sting back on that offensive series, going down the field in a hurry and getting it into the end zone. Nice drive by the Hornets right there.
Well, they got going. They got that first down and then just started picking it up in chunks. 9 plays, 70 yards, just a minute and 53 seconds. So that's an answer there by the Bryant Hornets to the Cabot Panther field goal. So 8 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Still just a one-score game, though, 7-3. Cabot Panthers have a chance to come back down and take a lead and more importantly, burn a little bit more clock. And if they do so, there just won't be a whole lot on the clock left to go in the first half.
Got to watch the penalties here. That certainly hampered us on that last drive. We did overcome the penalties, but certainly we don't want that to become a problem here as we continue in this hotly contested ball game with conference rival, the Bryant Hornets, tonight. I tell you what, we are playing some loud music tonight. I'm going to turn down our crowd mic just a little bit. Hopefully we're not blowing you guys out.
Well, if we are, we can enjoy just a little bit of jump around tonight. That's always a fun song to play at a sporting event, and let's get after it, man.
Yes, indeed. Panthers going to receive the kick and begin their third possession of the night. First possession, nothing doing, but the second possession, we did get 3 points out of that. So we'll see if we can get a good return here and get a good start to this drive. Kick is away. It's going to go into the end zone. And the Panthers are going to take over on the 20-yard line with 8:43 in our second quarter of play. Still a close ball game. Scoreless game after one quarter. That was pretty inspiring and exciting, I know, for Panther fans. And it's still a close game. We're still in this ball game. A lot of football left to go.
Yeah, but you hate to say that this is a really, really, really important offensive possession. They all are important. But really, just to give the defense a chance to kind of catch their breath, number one, because Bryant went extremely quick. But number two, just to keep them from getting that momentum is really important to keep it for the Panthers to keep this ball.
And that was Cooper Powell going out to the right. I'm going to say it was a 4-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line now. Powell seen a lot of action, especially last week. I think he played about almost every down.
Well, he's such a physical runner to begin with. And so, and that's what you got to do to match the physicality of these Hornet linebackers.
I believe that was Christopher Fowler in motion, and here's Powell again up the middle. Not surprising to see a heavy dose of Cooper Powell tonight. Pound for pound, he's one of the toughest guys around, I like to say. He's not afraid of the contact, very physical. Of course, it's his senior year. He was a captain tonight, one of our 4 captains. And he's going to give you everything he's got every Friday night, and he's showing that right now here. 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Ball on the 25-yard line. McCrory looking to pass here. Oh, wow. Crunched in the backfield. Did we catch who that was? Number 4, Matthew Nelson, getting in there in the backfield for the sack of Maddox McCrory, and the Panthers are going to have to punt here on 4th and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. It's not what we needed, Jeremy. Now we're going to, unfortunately, stick our defense right back out on the field after Bryant kind of took it down the field on us on their last offensive series. So here's Blaylock back to punt. 6:57 to go is Blaylock's punt. Looked like it was shanked. Let's see if we can see a replay on this. We're checking our replay now. Bryant had some pressure. No, he just shanked it. Just slid off the side of his foot and went out of bounds. All right, let's see where they spotted at.
And it's just punted, or it's just spotted at the 32-yard line. That's just a 13-yard net punt. Just trying to keep it away from a very gifted receiver or gifted running. Gifted returner. But that's going to give Bryant a short field, and this defense is going to have to stand tall right here. They've done it once so far deep in their own territory.
This is Moats back in at quarterback. Moats looking left, pass is complete. That is number 87, I believe.
Yeah, Cooper Billingsley, he's their tight end. Just found a soft spot in the zone. Lozano made a great tackle there at the 15-yard line to prevent a touchdown.
Yep, shoestring tackle there by Carlos Lozano, saving the touchdown rather. And here's Moats again. Passing again and again. And that's number 87. That's Billingsley again. Back-to-back passes to Billingsley. Going to bring up 2nd down here. 2nd and 5 is what they say. Ball on the 10-yard line. So once again, the Hornets fast-paced. Still, though, Jeremy, at the 6-minute mark roughly here in the second quarter, to see that scoreboard say 7-3, that's certainly encouraging, but we need the defense to make a stop right here on 3rd and 3, ball on the 8-yard line. 3rd and 3 from the 8-yard line. Hornets knocking on the door here. This is Moats rolling out right, and that is caught and in for the score. And that is Billingsley again. 3 passes completed to him on that drive, and Billingsley gets into the paint. And right now, the Panthers trail by 10, 13-3, with the extra point coming on its way here momentarily.
Well, the defense had that. They just got caught in no man's land there on the fake, and Moats rolled out, and basically a 2-on-1. If you guard the receiver, Moats is going to run it. If you come up to try to sack Moats, he's going to throw it over the top. Just really not much you can do there. So the extra point's good. And again, this Bryant Hornet offense, they just move so quickly down the field, and they don't allow you to catch your breath, don't really allow you to make very many reads in that or on defense. Just 4 plays, 32 yards, minute 8 off the clock. And now this is a really, really, really vital possession for the Panthers. 5 minutes, 44 seconds to go here in the first half. You got to keep the ball away from that Hornet offense, and you got to move the ball, and then hopefully the defense can get a stop somewhere in the second half. But you've got to match that. And it's going to be a big, tall order, but it's something the Panthers can do. They've shown some flashes tonight.
It's going to be Jalen Hart and Andrew Godwin back again deep for the Panthers. And let's see who's their kicker again.
Number 37, Grayson King, handles the kickoff duties. Number 58 is J.D. Olson. He handles the place kicking duties.
Okay. So there's King's kick. And that is Jalen Hart. He's got some running room here as he goes left side. Good return by the Panthers right there.
Jalen Hart on the return. Force out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
You're going to spot the ball at the 30 here, and that's where the Panthers will take over on this drive. Offense huddled up. Going to talk things over.
Jalen Hart did a good job of holding on to that football. Number 5, Matthew Ferguson, he came in and tried to rip that ball out and try to force a fumble there. But Jalen Hart was not having that. It was a great return up to the 30-yard line. It's the best starting field position that Cabot's had tonight.
All right, offense back on the field for the Panthers. We got some motion. And it's Maddox McCrory looking right. Bentley Harrell underthrown. Harrell might have had a step on the defender, but the pass was underthrown, bounces off the turf, and incomplete on first down. Going to bring up 2nd and 10, ball again on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Maddox McCrory really trying to show off the arm right there. That's a tough throw from the opposite hash down the field, but that's something that college scouts look at to see if a quarterback's going to go play for them, if they're going to offer. Oh, we do have a penalty on that play as well. It looks like it's going to be a hold, so that play is going to be wiped out. But that's not what you want to see as a holding penalty to bring up a 1st and 20.
Ball moved back to the 20-yard line. And the handoff goes to Powell. Powell working his way back up the middle of the field. Going to pick up some nice yardage there. Good running by Cooper Powell. Again, he's going to give you 110% every night. 5-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 15. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Smith came up and made that stop. But again, Cooper Powell is just a punishing runner, and he's like a sledgehammer too. And these Bryant Hornet deep. That pass is picked off.
That is going to be a pick 6 for the Bryant Hornets. Wow, Maddox McCrory looking out to the right there, but defender stepped right in front of him and takes it back to the house. That is, I believe, number 7, Day Wilson. Is that correct? Was that Day
yeah,
Wilson?
that was Day Wilson.
Day Wilson with the pick 6. And, boy, I tell you what, when these Hornets sting, they do it quickly, don't they?
They sure do. And, again, just a great block. He had a great break on that play. Just ran right through the pass, caught it, took it all the way to the house. There was nothing but green grass ahead of him.
J.D. Olson on to add the extra point. And his kick is up and through the uprights to make it 21-3. Bryant has jumped out to the sizable lead here with 4:50 left in our second quarter of play. The Hornets getting it done on offense, and they capitalize on the turnover there with the pick 6 by Day Wilson as he takes it back to the house.
Yeah. So now you just gotta flush that one. And just go out there and make plays. Yeah, it's all about how you respond in those, not to press in these situations, just to let the game play out. Got to trust and play complementary football from here on out and see if you can work yourself back in and maybe get yourself in a 2-for-1 situation right here as you go towards halftime. Something that certainly we've seen against Pulaski Academy, and hopefully the Panthers here can go into halftime on a bright note, whether it's 1 drive or 2 drives for scores.
Pretty fast-moving first half so far, Jeremy. We're at the 4:50 mark here in our first half of play. And the Panthers have the usual suspects back to return. That's Jalen Hart and Andrew Godwin, both standing on the 5-yard line. Set to return the kick by Grayson King. Here's King's kick. This is going to be Jalen Hart again. Hart with a good return on the last kickoff return, and pretty decent there, around the 20-yard line or so. There's Jalen Hart. Ball's going to be spotted, like I said, on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Offense huddled up. Coach Reed with a few more final words of insight and direction here as the offense gets set to try another possession here.
Well, now that the Hornets kind of sitting back in a too deep zone, they're just going to stay in front and keep everything in front of them. Expect a steady dose of Powell, maybe off tackle a little bit, just to try to attack the edges of this defense.
And Jeremy called it. There's Powell. Just straightaway run, straightaway handoff. I'm going to say he picked up a yard right there. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. And the ball is going to be on the 21-yard line. Clock rolling along here, 4:25 and counting, winding down. Offense looking to the sideline.
And the offensive line really is doing a good job of pushing this 3-man defensive front for Bryant. But what's happening, the Bryant Hornets have 3 linebackers that are doing a good job of filling those lanes. It's hard to get up and block that second level in a 3-3-5 defense, but that's what you're seeing right here. As you get to Powell again.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of yards there. We'll see.
And number 44, Thomas Cornelius, he just kind of stood his ground right there. And they're just not ceding a whole lot of yardage. That one's up to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 3, but that's going to bring it a 3rd down and 6.
About 3.5 minutes here before the half. I want to remind you that we're going to bring you the band's performance tonight at halftime for all our viewers on YouTube. We've yet to do that this season, but Mr. Rusty Hart gave me the A-OK tonight, so we're doing it. We're going to show it. Here's the Panthers. Maddox dropping along the hashes, looking over the middle. He has a receiver, but just out of the reach. Was that Bentley Harrell?
Yeah, that was Bentley Harrell. He had a lot of room. If we're able to complete that pass, that was going to be a touchdown or a pretty big gain if he's able to hold his feet. But there was just a little bit too much air thrown under that one. Harrell made a great attempt at making the catch, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 6.
4th and 6, ball on the 24, and Lucas Blaylock is in to punt for the Panthers. Blaylock stands about the 10-yard line, and whistles are going to blow this one dead.
That one's offsides on Bryant. That may make Coach Reed and his staff rethink this because it's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Interesting turn of events right there. We'll see what Coach Reed thinks. Lucas Blaylock is still on the field in the punt team.
Yeah, they're pretty deep in the territory, so you would be giving Bryant a short field, but down 21 to 3 with 3:09 to go. Got to think that you may want to give it a little bit of a thought. Looks like Coach Reed's made his decision. They're going to keep the punt team on the field.
4th and 1, ball on the 29 after the penalty. But the Panthers are going to boot it away, and here's Blaylock.
And that one's a great punt. That's backing up number 23. He's going to let it bounce. And he's going to pick it up at the 18-yard line.
He does field it. Number 23 is Jacoby Boone. Boone going to be brought down just shy of the 35-yard line. I think they're going to mark it 33 or so. We'll see. 34. That's what they have on the scoreboard. And that's where the Hornets are going to take over here. 1st and 10. We are under 3 minutes here in our first half of action from Panther Stadium.
Yeah, Cameron Green made the special teams tackle there at the 31-yard line, kind of threw Jacoby Boone down to the ground. And 2 minutes and 56 seconds is an eternity for this Bryant Hornet offense. Got to get off the field early.
I believe this is Shelby back in at quarterback. Pass is complete, and that's going to be a first down for the Hornets. I believe that's Kyler Shelby. That's 15. Kyler Shelby back in at quarterback. He and Moats. Moats started the game. Shelby came in, and then Moats was in on the last drive. So they're doing a little platooning here at quarterback.
Yep. Looks like they got a 2-quarterback system going. That's one way that you can kind of build some continuity on your offense. And that ball was incomplete. It was intended for Austin, Kamari Austin, but that one was also separated there by. Looked like Bryce Moore came in and broke that one up.
All right, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45 for the Hornets. Kyler Shelby looking out to the left.
And that ball was just badly overthrown. It was intended for number 17, Keenan Lattin. The defensive back there, Eli Poe, kind of slipped on the play on that break, but the ball was just badly overthrown, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Ball sails out of bounds, and 3rd and 10, ball on the 45. See what the Hornets draw up here. Going to go with trips to the left. Believe it's Moats back in. Moats back in at quarterback, and that pass is complete.
That one's Billingsley.
When I think of Billingsley, I think of Friday Night Lights. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Don Billingsley was the name of the character. Actually, a real person, actually. But nonetheless, pass complete there. Going to bring up 4th and 2. Ball on the 47 with under 2 minutes to go here in our first half from Panther Stadium. That is Zachariah Curtis Jones. Seen a rotation as well, not only at quarterback for the Hornets, but also in the backfield at running back. They've used about 3 young men and rotated them pretty nicely, keeping them all fresh. Here's Moats. Motion out of the backfield. Snap. Bounds on the turf. Moats gets it, and the official's going to blow the play dead. There's a flag thrown out right there. Boy, 88, Braxton Bailey was on the move there. He was in the backfield pursuing that quarterback.
And that one would have really stung if we had recovered that one because it was a false start there. That's going to pull up, make it 1st and 15. Bryant Hornet's 2nd penalty of the night backs them up to the 49-yard line with 1:38 to go and the clock rolling.
All right, here's Moats. He's rolling right, Pass is complete. And that's going to be just short of a first down, but a nice throw and catch there by the Hornets.
Yeah, Caleb Tucker on the play or on the reception there for Bryant.
Going to say it was an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2, ball on the 37. Hornets back at it. Wow. Like he shot out of a cannon down the sideline was that Hornet. Woo. That was, I looked up, Jeremy, and he was in the end zone. That was a quick play right there. That is, I believe that is number 1, TJ Hodges, who dashed down the sideline and into the zone. And the Hornets are going to extend their lead here before the break.
Well, all they did was they cleared out that side. No receivers on that side. Got a good block, good kick-out block by their tight end, and faked the RPO to the left, and it was just T.J. Hodges to the races.
All right, that's Olsen with the kick, and it is up and good. And with 1 minute and 9 seconds left here in the second quarter of play from Panther Stadium, it is 28-3, 1:09 remaining until halftime. Boy, once again, the Hornets striking fast.
Yeah, they just have a bevy of backs. TJ Bryant. TJ Hodges, he's a move-in from Marked Tree, a very highly recruited athlete, and he chose Missouri, and where he'll be playing his college football. So he's an SEC caliber back. And it just seems like Cabot gets to play against a bunch of D1 athletes just about every Friday night, and that's the joys of playing in the 6A Central and in the highest, in the 7A Central and in the highest classification in Arkansas.
Yeah. All right. So, Grayson King on to kick it away here. And there's the kick. Jalen Hart going to let it sail into the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers are going to take over on the 20-yard line. We'll see if the Panthers can maybe spark a little something here offensively with this, what will be the last drive of the first half here. We hope, anyways, right? We hope.
Oh, absolutely.
We hope we hold on to the football and go down here and score. We'll see how it all shakes out. So, Maddox McCrory, ton of receivers, and the pass is complete over near the left hashes. With under a minute now, it's going to bring up second down. Aiden Tatum made that grab. And it looks like we're going to take our second time out of the first half here. Oh, Bryant's taking the timeout. It's going to be Bryant's first time out of the night. Both teams now have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Bryant thinks that if they can get a quick stop here, a 3 and out, and they've got a chance to get back in their NASCAR package and go straight back down the field again. They got the big playability with the speed there, and looking to try to make this thing 35-3 going into the half, or at least 31-3. It's going to be really important to pick up this first down here. That's basically going to take the ball out of Bryant's hands and prevent them from scoring unless you turn it over, which is not something that you want to do right here in this situation.
All right, offense still talking things over here. Key, important couple of plays here. We need to try to pick up this first down. Certainly not put the football back in Bryant's hands here. All right, so we've got twins to Maddox McCrory's right, and he is going to be stuffed in the backfield. Sacked, and I believe you can call that Sam Nelson for the Hornets with the sack there. Under a minute here. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Panthers.
Timeout, Bryant. Their second charge, timeout.
Bryant going to take another timeout here and talk things over. They have 1 remaining here with just under a minute, 59 seconds. All right. So we're set. Still a great crowd on hand. Of course, a lot of them want to see our fantastic band at halftime. We'll be happy to share that with you the first time this season. All right, so here we go on 3rd and 13. Maddox going to hand it off to Cooper Powell. Cooper does have some running room, but not a lot there. Running play right up the middle.
Timeout. Bryant, their final time.
Bryant, the Hornets going to take their final timeout here as our head official makes the announcement. Both teams back to the huddle.
And with 54 seconds, it's going to put the Cabot punt team back on the field with 4th and 10. And and Lucas Blaylock should be coming out here for the punt, but just unable to get really anything going. The pass completion to Aiden Tatum on first down just went for 2 yards, and then you got the sack, the negative play. And McCrory just doesn't have a whole lot of time, especially when Bryant knows that the pass is coming. They're able to just pin their ears back. And, and they're talented, man. They do a great job with their blitz packages, and they just really don't give you time to settle in.
Lucas Blaylock on the punt here. Blaylock booted away here, waits for the snap, and there's the kick. More of a line drive than his last one. And the Hornets will be content just to let that ball come to rest. And the Panthers down it. And the Hornets will have one more chance at this, Jeremy. They're going to have one more opportunity to see if they can add points to the scoreboard here.
Well, if they're going to do that, they've got to go 56 yards, and they've got 45 seconds to do that. So, and we've seen them go extremely quick.
All right, so this is Shelby back at quarterback. Shelby passing on first down. Pass is complete. Short pass, though, but nonetheless complete. Of course, the Hornets just used their last timeout, so the clock is winding down here. We're going to hit 30 seconds right here. Hornets running the football. And Robinson's got some room here. He is not going to be caught. He is into the end zone. Whew, man, they can strike fast, Jeremy, I'll tell you what.
Well, he just broke out of a couple of leg tackles, real physical runner, and it was just off to the races, a lot of speed down there, and that was exactly what you didn't want to happen, but something that Quad Sanders over there calling those timeouts knew was a possibility, getting another big explosive play, and Hornets were able to get what they needed. It's now 34-3.
Yes, indeed. Olsen on to attempt the extra point here with 20 seconds left before the half, and his kick is up and good and makes it 35-3. Boy, I tell you what, Jeremy, we ended the first quarter scoreless, and I think we were really encouraged, but this second quarter has been all Hornets.
Yeah, they picked up 265 yards, and they had 45 yards at the end of the first quarter, so probably around 220 yards there in the second quarter. There was a pick six. They did it with defense. Was set up in good field position on a couple of drives, and they've just been able to cash in. Lots of athletes, lots of speed on there, and you can't make any false steps. You have to make every tackle to be able to slow this Bryant offense down, and they're really just taking advantage of that athleticism difference between the two teams.
All right, so it's going to be Jalen Hart and Andrew Godwin. Feel like a broken record tonight. They're back again to return yet another kickoff. And Grayson King to kick yet another kickoff here. 35-3 again, 20 seconds before the break. I think our Panthers need to get in the locker room, get in the field house here and regroup and get ready for this second half of play.
And you got an onside kick.
High bounding kick to the right. And we'll see as they unpile it here. Based on the reaction, I think the Panthers got it, but we'll make sure. Hard to see over on that side, isn't it, Jeremy?
It really is. Let's see who came up with it. That was number 11.
Cannon Moore for the Panthers. Cannon Moore.
Yep, Cannon Moore. He recovered around the 40-yard line. So with 16 seconds to go, the Cabot Panthers will take over at their 40, 60 yards away from the score. But I didn't want to say it, but I kind of thought it in the back of my mind that there was a chance that Coach Sanders and that Bryant Hornet team would go for an onside kick, and they sure did right there.
There's Powell. Limited running room right there, but I think that's going to wind it down here as the clock ticks away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And with that, our first half of play from Panther Stadium draws to a close here. The Bryant Hornets have come into Panther Stadium tonight, and they have been super impressive. The Hornets leading our Panthers by the score of 35-3 at the half. Jeremy and I are going to take a break, but please enjoy the band and the cheerleaders and the dance. There's going to be some performances on the screen tonight. We're not going to show you our videos from Cabot Public Schools. Instead, we're going to enjoy our cheerleaders dance and our band performances tonight. So stay with us, and of course Jeremy and I will join you here in a little bit, and we'll do some first half numbers and look back at scoring drives and all that numbers and just check in on our first half stats. But for now, stay with us, and we'll rejoin you shortly.
Hi, I'm Carrie Lair. I am proud to be the principal at Cabot Panther Academy and excited to share the wonderful opportunities awaiting you at CPA. Formerly known as ACE, Cabot Panther Academy is our district's award-winning conversion charter school. CPA is renowned for fostering relationships while providing a quality education tailored to the individual needs of our students. At CPA, we strive for excellence in all that we do. Our program was identified as a school on the move toward excellence in 2021 by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. We have also been awarded the highest achieving alternative education program distinction for the last 8 years in a row as a result of student test scores. CPA is designed for students in grades 7 through 12. Our program's unique setup provides academic alternatives for students within our district and our community. Students have the ability to take their essential core classes as well as electives at CPA. Students also have the opportunity to take elective courses at the regular campus if they choose. CPA students are provided personalized attention in a small, safe, and supportive environment. Flexibility is an important aspect of our program, so students and their families work with the CPA team to select a schedule that best fits their individual needs. If students choose to take elective courses at another campus, there is a midday shuttle available. Students may select an all-day schedule of Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday from 8 o'clock a.m. until 2:45 p.m. Lunch is provided from 11:05 until 11:35 for all students who attend full-day schedules. Half-day options are as follows: Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. or 11:45 a.m. until 2:45 p.m. A fully digital option is also available for our students in grades 10 through 12. Students are required to attend for 12 hours per week with the flexibility to balance academics and personal interest. Whether on campus or online, our academy is committed to fostering a strong sense of community and investment in every student's success. Applications for our program are available online at cabotschools.org, or you may pick up an application in person at Cabot Panther Academy.
competing against 65 other bands from Missouri, Illinois, Mississippi, Nebraska, Texas, Minnesota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Colorado, Ohio, and Arkansas. The band earned a first division rating and finished in the top 20 of the largest marching competition in the country so far this season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the spirit of Cabot High School, the Cabot High School Marching Band. Tonight, the band will be performing all of the 2025 competition show titled Daisy Chain. The show features the music of Arturo Cordelis, Jules Massenet, Susan Boyle, Audio Machine, and music from the movie Oppenheimer. Soloists tonight are Sasha Kusinskaya on flute, Nick Reedy on saxophone, Ryan Cooper on piano, and All-State band member Hudson Merrick on trumpet. Weeks ago, with the 2 movements, we gave you an hors d'oeuvre. Then we went to the 3 movements and gave you the appetizer. Tonight, the full plate, the whole show. The Cabot District is proud to present drum major Zach Rowden, Sasha Kusinskaya, and the largest 10-12 high school band in the state. The spirit of Cabot, Arkansas, the Cabot High School Marching Band. Cabot High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Dustin Hart, Tara Reynolds, Philip Franklin, Randy Wilson, Ian Nashwinder, with assistance from Scott Reynolds, Lauren Franklin, Haley Bowen, Brian Calvert, Sarlene Kadazlik, and Allie Flynn. Please join us tomorrow as the band competes in the Paragould Marching Invitational. Performance is 5:30 p.m. And as always, go Panthers!
We've got room in the classroom
And on the field.
We're making waves in here.
and out there.
We're thinkers, dreamers, innovators, and doers.
And we're funny too.
We build robots, light up the stage, and lead in our community.
Cabot Public Schools.
More than a school. More opportunities. More for every student.
Panther fans, direct your attention to the 15-yard line in the south end zone for tonight's Gwatney halftime kick as Eric Zane attempts to etch his name in the history books of the Gwatney halftime kick as he tries to be successful and win $500. Even if Eric is unsuccessful, he still gets invited back on November 7th as Gwatney will be bringing back all of our previous kickers for the ultimate halftime kick and the opportunity to win a brand new car. All right, Eric.
All right, hello and welcome back to Cabot Panther football on YouTube at Cabot High School Television. I'm the broadcasting teacher at Cabot High School, Mitch Lilly. I'm going to be doing your play-by-play for the second half of action, and I'm going to be joined by Mr. Stat for the football team and Junior High South girls basketball coach Jeremy Carson. We're going to crunch some numbers here from the first half. That was the Gwatney Chevrolet football kick you just saw right there. And now Jeremy and I are going to go through some numbers, kind of look back at this first half. Right now, as we let the clock wind down, teams still need to come out and warm up here. Our first half score, 35-3. It was a scoreless first half, and then the Panthers got on the board first with a field goal, but from there it was all Hornets. And Jeremy is going to give us a look back. Let's first talk about scoring drives.
Yeah, we'll talk about how we got there. It was a great first quarter. The Cabot Panthers able to pick up a couple of first downs on their initial drive, but ended up having to punt. But they were able to get a stop on fourth down. Then they drive the field 12 plays, 53 yards, took 6 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. That was over half of the first quarter, and it ended up the first quarter was over. It was 0-0. Dean Heyer opens the scoring of the game. It was a 36-yard field goal to cap off the Cabot second drive and give the Panthers a 3-0 lead. But then it was all Bryant. They went down the field very quickly. 9 plays, 70 yards. On their initial touchdown, it was number 11, Colin Robinson, from 5 yards out. J.D. Olson's extra point was good. It was 7-3. And then Bryant, after a punt, was able to take a short field, 4 plays, 32 yards, minute 8 off the clock. Cooper Billingsley received 3 passes on that drive, including an 8-yard touchdown pass. Olson's kick was good again. It was 14-3. The Panthers turned the ball over. It was Day-Day Wilson, a 25-yard pick six. on the very next possession. That made the score 21-3, and then TJ Hodges with the 37-yard run. He was off to the races. That capped off a 7-play, 69-yard drive to make it 28-3, and then Colin Robinson, again, right before the half, finished off a 2-play, 44-yard drive with the 49-yard rush. Olsen was good on all 5 of his extra point attempts in the second quarter, and your score here is 35-3.
35-3, so basically 35 unanswered points there for the Bryant Hornets. Jeremy, let's talk about some individual numbers.
Yeah, for the Cabot Panthers, Maddox McCrory is 3 of 8. He has 18 yards passing. That's a season low for a half, and one of those was an interception. His leading receiver is Cooper Powell, who caught 1 pass for 8 yards. Cannon Moore has caught 1 pass for 8 yards, and Aiden Tatum has caught 1 pass for 2 yards. Those are the 3 receptions. Cooper Powell has also picked up 42 yards on 16 carries in the first half for 50 total yards. He is now only 24 yards away from 1,000 all-purpose yards on the season. Maddox McCrory was sacked a couple times, but he still managed to pick up 9 yards on 4 carries. Cannon Moore picked up Cannon Moore also caught 1 pass for 14 yards. I've got to correct that. For Bryant, their 2-quarterback system, Jeremiah Moats was 6 of 9 for 62 yards and a touchdown. Kyler Shelby was 4 of 7 for 36 yards. And, of course, their running attack with Jacoby Boone, 1 carry for 8 yards. Zachariah Curtis Jones, 7 carries for 23 yards. But then TJ Hodges, 5 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. And Colin Robinson, 4 carries for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns.
As we get set for the second half kickoff here, Jeremy, let's do some team numbers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cabot Panthers picked up 4 first downs in the first half, all of those coming in the first quarter. Finished the first half 2 of 7 on third down. Bryant picked up 14 first downs in the first half, including 5 of 7 on third down. Total plays, Bryant ran 33 for 265 yards for an average 8 yards per play. Panthers picked up 29 plays for 83 yards. That's an average of 2.9 yards per play. Bryant, 98 yards passing to Cabot's 18. And then the Hornets have rushed for 167 yards, while the Cabot Panthers, mainly keeping it on the ground tonight, have picked up 65 yards on 21 rushing attempts. The Panthers have been penalized 3 times for 25 yards. The Bryant Hornets have been penalized 4 times for 20 yards. And, of course, that 1 turnover, the pick 6, was the only turnover of the first half. The Hornets deferred their choice to the second half, so they will be receiving the second half kickoff. And we'll see if there were any adjustments, what kind of adjustments you can make. It's a really good Hornet offense, very powerful, a lot of speed back there. 1 false step, and you're watching that speed go all the way to the end zone. Really important for the Panthers to maintain that discipline, that eye discipline, keep the Hornets in front, and see if you can force another 4th down stop like you got in the first quarter.
Yes, indeed. So we're set for the second half here. Hope my mic's working. Sounds a little funny. I think everything's good. Hopefully you guys can hear us out there. Thanks for joining us tonight on YouTube at Cabot High School Television. We appreciate your viewership tonight. Thanks for staying with us. As we get set for another half of football here, it is week 5 of conference play. Of course, this Hornet team is looking as good as advertised. It was a close game after 1 quarter, but since then, been all Bryant. And they're going to get another stab at it right here as we begin the second half. This is Lucas Blaylock, deep booming kick. Can be caught about the 5-yard line, and there's some running room for this Hornet right here up the middle. He's going to get about 5 or 6 yards short of midfield right there on the return.
And that was Blaylock making the stop.
Lucas Blaylock doing it all. The kick and the tackle. Yeah, sure-handed tackle. Also, number, is that 14? 41. That's Joseph Rammel. Joseph Rammel also assisting on that tackle. So our Panther defense comes out against this as good as advertised Bryant Hornet offense. It's going to be Moats starting at quarterback. He got the start tonight, but we've also seen a rotation of quarterbacks and running backs, rotation of Hornets in this Bryant backfield tonight.
Yeah, that was TJ Hodges on that first carry, stood up by the defensive line. Link Meinhardt comes over and makes the stop, and it was just a gain of 1. So good start for the Cabot Panther defense here in the second half. And really this is all about, the game is what it is right now, but you still got to play the second half and you got to compete. How long can you do it? How long do you have the will to do that?
That's right. Here's a toss play. That's going to be Hodges again. He goes right and brought down short of the yards needed to gain for a first down. And that's going to bring up third down here for the Hornets. We're just underway here in the second half. 11 minutes left in our third quarter play. Going to bring up third down and 3, ball on the 49-yard line. And the Hornets back on the attack here. Dumps it off, does Moats. And that is Austin on the other end of that little dump-off pass. Austin run out of bounds. And that's going to be good enough to move the chains, pick up the first down for the Hornets. So they're back in business here. Here's Moats with the back set to his right and trips out to the right as well. But he goes left and pass is complete. That is going to be number 8, Kamari Austin with the grab. A lot of talented players on this Hornet offense.
Well, the speed's pretty evident. They just kind of get that quick swing out as an extension of their run game. Pick up 3 yards on that play. Jalen Hart did a great job of getting the ball forced out of bounds. And here's Robinson with the carry.
I believe that is Kalen Robinson. Boy, that's hard to read, right, Jeremy? All right, so here the Hornets go again.
Yeah, Braxton Bailey was on the stop.
Another pass out to the left, and it's complete. And the Hornets inching closer to another first down. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 here from the 15-yard line. Bryant in the red zone. Up by 32 points and looking for more. Pass goes out to the right side, and the Hornet receiver strolls in. Caleb Tucker, number 3, with the grab, and he goes in for the score. And that makes it 41-3, pending our extra point here with 9:45 left in our third quarter play. Hornets back on the board and with a quickness.
Yeah, just got out there on that wide receiver bubble screen. Good blocks downfield, real physical at the point of the attack, and it was just off to the races. We got a flag on this play.
Olsen's kick is up and good, but there is a flag, as Jeremy mentioned.
If it's defense, if it's offsides, this ball is going to be, or this penalty is going to be declined. I don't think they can assess that on the kickoff.
Yeah. So we'll see what our head official says.
Oh, okay. It was against the offense, illegal formation, and Panthers are going to have them retry the kick as they can't assess that one on the kickoff.
Okay, so the Hornets will retry the extra point. Olsen back on to see if he can split the uprights once again here. Hope you guys enjoyed the band performance and cheer and dance performances at halftime. Finally got a chance to bring that to you tonight. And here's Olsen. Extra point, up and good again. And now we officially have the score of 42-3 with 9:45 left here in our third quarter play from Panther Stadium. And that also brings into effect the sportsmanship rule, right?
Yeah, it does. I believe that the clock's going to pretty much run as soon as the kickoff happens. Once the officials set the ball, the clock will be running here, and I don't imagine they're going to stop it in this one.
Yeah. All right, so Jalen Hart, Andrew Godwin lead out the kickoff return team. Both of those young men have done a fantastic job this season returning kicks and playing defensive back as well. Both standing on the 5-yard line here to receive the kick from Grayson King. Grayson King, number 37 for the Bryant Hornets. Going to boot it away here. Deep kick once again in the end zone. He's a good kicker. He's kicked a lot into the end zone tonight. A lot of touchbacks for the Panthers. And Cabot will take over 1st and 10 on the 20 following the touchback. And we'll see what our offense can do here. Need something positive to happen, Jeremy. Got to get a little confidence back. I think Bryant came out, and after a good showing in the first quarter, Bryant certainly got off to a great start in the second quarter.
Yeah, and
really took control.
They really did, and the Panther offensive line has really done a good job of moving the Bryant defensive line just a little bit, but haven't really been able to get up to that second level against the linebackers, and that's the strength of this Bryant Hornets defense, and they are difficult to move back there in that 4-3 defense.
All right, Panthers back at it here. Maddox McCrory handing off. I don't think that's Powell. I think that's can't see his number yet. That's Kylan Morris, number 25. Kylan Morris checked into the game, getting some opportunity here early in our third quarter of play.
Pretty physical run there by Morris as well. He is a physical specimen, just like Cooper Powell, and you like those bruisers of the running backs, especially in this spread. They get an opportunity to go up against, get some one-on-ones.
There's Morris again, out across the 30. Pretty good run by Kylan, picking up some yards. It's going to move the chains. First down for the Panthers.
It's another Cabot Panther.
With 8:23 and counting.
Really good job of blocking up front and opening that hole for Morris. And nice to see a Panther first down.
Yes, indeed. Let's see, is that Morris still in, or is that another back?
No, it's still Morris, and he's joined in the backfield by number 31, Christopher Fowler, too, in that H-back position. Again, a good push there by the offensive line and and Morris.
Kylan Morris, Jr., getting some valuable touches tonight in this highly important 7A Central Conference matchup. 7.5 minutes here in our third quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 38. Maddox, minimal drop, swings it out to the right. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of number 15. That's Grady Smith, senior tight end for the Panthers. Getting an opportunity to get on the field tonight. Thrown his way, but he just couldn't make the grab.
Yeah, that ball got on him just a little bit quicker, I think, than what he was looking for. And good route run. Just a little mistiming. There's the back to Morris, but he's stood up in the backfield and dropped.
Yeah. Not much going there for Kylan Morris on that rushing attempt. It's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Panthers. Ball on the 32, and Lucas Blaylock trots out onto the field with our punt team. Clock rolling, sportsmanship rule in effect after Bryant's first touchdown of the second half to set our margin at 42-3. Blaylock standing at about the 17 or 18-yard line, booting it away. It's going to be fielded and returned by a Hornet, and he's going to be wrestled down. Yeah. Appears there's a flag back here, just shy of the 25-yard line, 24-yard line or so. There's a flag. It's going to be a block in the back against the Bryant Hornets. And that will push them back a little bit as they start this drive. 6:03 here in our third quarter play. Starting to feel like football these last few weeks. The weather-wise, cool night here under the lights at Panther Stadium. Under 6 minutes now here in our third quarter. This is going to be Shelby back in at quarterback, relieving Moats, and his pass is knocked down, batted down there at the line of scrimmage, roughly.
Pass knocked down by 93, Joey Bartlett.
Joey Bartlett in there to make the play. Joey Bartlett, as Jeremy mentioned earlier in the broadcast, is playing some great defense here lately. He's really come on. He was injured earlier in the season, but since returning, he's been fantastic. Hornets on the ground right here. Some running room for the back. He's out across the 25, maybe the 26-yard line or so. Did you catch his number?
Yeah, that was number 25, Caleb Leak.
So a new back. Getting some touches here for the Hornets. A touch. One run there. He remains in the game. Shelby over the middle. And it was caught about the 30, but we'll see what they mark this at. Maybe the 31. And with 4:44, going to be 2nd and 4. Shelby keeping it himself, rolling out right, tiptoeing down the sideline, pushed out of bounds, and that's going to be enough for a first down for the Hornets. Chain gang on the move, across the way. Nifty moves by the quarterback, Shelby. I don't know whether to call him the backup quarterback or not, because he and Moats have pretty much split time tonight.
Well, Shelby is the junior, so I think technically he is the backup. But it's a backup of a two-quarterback system.
Yep. Rolling out right, throwing right, and they're going to say he was out of bounds. Pass incomplete. Pass thrown a little wide there. Was caught, but the receiver out of bounds. And that was number 23, Jacoby Boone, the intended target. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10, ball on the 38. We are under 4 minutes now. Again, sportsmanship rule in effect as the Hornets maintain a 42-3 lead here on our Panthers in the third quarter. There's Shelby. A little screen out to the right, left rather, and he lost the football. The receiver did. Pass was completed to Cruz Thomason, but he dropped it, and it was recovered by the Hornets, though. Going to bring up 3rd and 13 now. Hornets behind the sticks here. Ball's scoreboard says 35, but it's definitely the 34. So here's Shelby with the empty set. Straight drop along the hashes. Looking over the middle, and he has a receiver. A one-handed grab, tipped it back to himself, and that young man is going to get into the end zone.
Nope, they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line.
Good call, Jeremy. A little premature by me there, but the Hornet receiver was dropped. That's number 18.
That's Cameron Pickett Jr., and how about Jalen Hart, man? Pickett Jr. had probably about 10 yards on him. Hart showing the heart, going all the way down, and just keeping him out of the end zone. But that was a 66-yard gain.
Here's Shelby on the keeper. He's in. He's in. Official on the far sideline, first signal. Give us the touchdown signal, and the Hornets back on the board again with 2:08 remaining in our third quarter. 48-3, extra point on its way from Olsen. J.D. Olsen, junior kicker. Set to push the score to 49-3. The extra point up and good. And with 2:08, the Bryant Hornets 49-3. 49-3. Bryant up here as we wind down the last few minutes here of our third quarter. Well, we knew the Hornets were going to be tough tonight, Jeremy.
Oh, absolutely.
They every bit looked the class of the 7A Central Conference tonight. Offensively, defensively, they scored points on a pick six. Their defense coming up with the turnover and scoring points off that turnover. Their offense has been very efficient. They've shown they can use tempo and go fast, or they can slow it down. They've run the ball well. They've thrown the ball exceptional. And
well, it's just a program right now that has benefited a lot from a really, really strong Pee Wee program there in that area. They've been able to pull some from some Little Rock schools as well through the school choice. And then obviously you get a Division I move in from Mark Tree as well. That's the type of things that are going well for Bryant right now. And you look at that too, along with their boys basketball teams the same way. They're getting transfers there too. It just seems like, that they're the flavor right now. And they just got athletes everywhere.
Grayson King, once again, another kickoff that's not returnable. Bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And our offense will trot back out after talking it over a little bit. Still conversating about our plan of attack for this series.
Looks like we're going to have Keegan Levitt come out as the quarterback, as Maddox McCrory's night looks to be complete.
All right, so we're seeing some subs. We've already seen Kylan Morris touch the rock a few times from the running back position, but here's Levitt, and I believe that is, again, Morris.
No, that's going to be number 39, Andrew Godwin, looks like.
Okay, so I'd heard this. I'd heard that maybe we might see a potential of Andrew Godwin playing some running back. Of course, Godwin returns kicks and has played some defensive back this year, but I'd heard some rumblings that he might step in and run the ball a little bit. I think he actually might have played a little bit in the JV game the other night at running back, just to kind of get more familiar on the offensive side here. So here's Godwin. He's got good speed, but he just met a force with that Bryant defensive line right there. 1 minute, 10 seconds, clock rolling here. 49-3.
Well, that was a pickup of 3 by Andrew Godwin, so that's his first positive carry of the year. And it looks like he may be the, with Kylan Morris. This may be a look at your future running back from that position next year.
Backfield of the future, we'll say,
yeah.
Right? Okay, so that was 3rd and 7. The ball was on the 23. Picked up maybe a yard, going to bring up 4th and 6. Scoreboard says ball on the 24.
Yeah, there was a hole there, but the Hornet linebackers filled that hole quickly, and Godwin just wasn't able to. There was no space for him to make a play. So Hornet defenders just playing downhill there, attacking those gaps, and they're going to force another punt here as we start the 4th quarter.
Yep, Panthers content with letting this clock run down here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to flip ends, and we anticipate a punt from Lucas Blaylock. Final 12 minutes of football set here from Panther Stadium. Again, sportsmanship rule in effect as Bryant has the 49-3 advantage.
So looking ahead, as we go into the final 2 weeks of the regular season, of course, you got Little Rock Central going to Little Rock Central. I'm sorry. Next week, is it 3? Do we have 3 games left?
No, we have 2.
We have 2.
We have Little Rock Central at Little Rock Central next week, and then we'll finish on senior night here on November 7th as we welcome the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats, which are a much improved North Little Rock Charging Wildcats team.
I was thinking that, and then I don't have the schedule in front of me. I was like, but we haven't played Southwest yet. But I guess they've dropped down to 6A and are no longer in the conference. Did we play Little Rock? No, we've already did play them. My bad. I tell you what, it's been a long day.
I know. Me too. All right, Blaylock's punt. Pretty decent. Hornets with the return there. They're going to start about the 40-yard line. Have 60 yards to go for another score. And we'll see if our defense can stand up and hold these guys off. Looks like as far as the secondary goes, still intact with a lot of our starters. See Bronson Elizondo out there and Carlos Lozano, just to name a few. Harrison Fry also out there. Jalen Hart as well. Maybe not Harrison Fry. I thought that was Jalen Hart. Beg your pardon.
The new back there is DJ Gooding. He just takes it off around the right end, but run out of bounds. And it was a loss of 2 on the play.
So going to bring up 2nd and 12. Hornets going to have it from the 38-yard line here.
Yeah, so going back to what we were talking about, Central, they can score the football a little bit. Defense is a little suspect. Yep. And then that North Little Rock team, they've been coming on. They can run the football really well, and that's going to be a big challenge on senior night.
North Little Rock also 2-2 in conference play. As the night comes to an end, we'll look at the scores and see how the Charging Wildcats and Little Rock Central Tigers fared tonight as we await our dates with both of those teams coming up the next 2 weeks. But I look back to last week, Jeremy, and that was certainly a pivotal win by the Panthers on the road at Pulaski Academy because it certainly helped their cause.
Oh, that ball's picked off.
That's Bronson Elizondo with the interception. Bronson going up and getting it. Nice job by Bronson. Junior defensive back for the Panthers. Great grab. I know his mom, Amanda, and his dad and all of his family super excited about that. Great defensive play right there by Bronson Elizondo. Way to go, Bronson. Anything's positive right now, Jeremy. We'll take that. Give our offense another chance. Of course, we're offensively. Let's see if we it's going to be Ramsey Jones coming out. Number 9, Ramsey Jones is going to be our quarterback here. So Levitt got a series, and now Ramsey Jones gets a series for the Panthers. Ramsey Jones standing on the left hash. Out of the shotgun formation. It's motion by Cannon Moore. Moore going back in motion again. And I think that's still Godwin. We'll see as he stands up and try to catch his number. Kylan Morris, I beg your pardon. Kylan Morris, good run. Sometimes it's tough to see these numbers, especially when these guys get in a bunch up there as they make the tackle and whatnot. 2nd and 5, ball on the 39. Just about 9 minutes left here in regulation. Ramsey Jones in at quarterback, his first series of the night. He's going to hand it again to Kylan Morris. Morris keeping that leg drive going. Out across the 30. And brought down. It's going to be a first down for the Panthers. Good run by Kylan Morris. Like to see him get some touches.
Absolutely. He cut it back against the grain and then just continued to drive his feet down to the 29-yard line. That was a gain of 9. That was a good pickup there by Morris. And 8:33 to go, and the clock's still rolling, but down to the 29-yard line, and Panthers look like they're in business right here.
All right, so here's Jones. Again to Morris. This time Morris ran into a few Hornets pretty quickly. Not certain on this, but I'm sure the Hornets have substituted as well on their defense. I think they're probably giving some underclassmen, younger players, an opportunity to get out there on the field under the lights on a Friday night and get some reps in. It's always valuable. Anytime you can get out on the field as a underclassman, sophomore or junior, get some playing time, certainly valuable.
Absolutely. It allows you to kind of get a different speed of the game, and Andrew Godwin makes a great cut.
Andrew Godwin, we know he has speed. We've seen him on special teams and in the secondary, but here he is playing running back tonight, and he gets it down inside the 5-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 2, and it's going to be 1st and goal from there. Clock continuing to run, 7.5 minutes. See if the Panthers can get one in here with the second team offense.
Yeah, that was a 26-yard run by Godwin. That was the best run of the night by the Panther offense. And maybe he can punch it in right here and get him a tutty here.
Up. The snap is bobbled and dropped, but Ramsey Jones, pretty headsy play to get back on top of it. Panthers moving backwards a little bit, but they kept the football, didn't turn it over, so that's always good. Going to bring up 2nd and 19. Sorry, it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 9. They have a 19 on the board. But it's 2nd and goal from the 9. So here we go. Jones on the left hash again. Snap is bobbled, and maybe the Hornets have it this time. We'll wait and see as they unpile. And the Hornets get it with 6:31 in the fourth quarter. Another turnover looms large here, and the Bryant Hornet offense will get another stab at it as the clock stops here to let both teams' offenses and defensive teams get back out on the field. Again, we are in the sportsmanship rule right now, as it is 49-3.
Man, you just hate to see that. That was a promising drive, and then
well, you would have liked to have seen after Godwin's nice run, and we were there knocking on the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two not so great snaps. Ramsey Jones did a good job to get a hold of the first one, but that second one over his head, bobbled, recovered by the Hornets, and that's where we're at right now as the Hornets continue to milk this clock and inch closer to securing the victory tonight. Hornets content with running the ball here and just picking up a few there. Going to call it 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. Ball on the 25. And here we go. Hornets back on the attack. A few more yards by the back. I can't see his number, but I don't know that it really matters anymore, Jerry.
Yeah, that's number 25, Caleb Leak on the carry. Number 94, Asher Laws comes up, makes a stop, and that is going to force a Bryant punt. I believe this is the first punt that we've seen tonight by Bryant.
Yeah, really. I don't know that we've called their punter's name at all tonight.
Well, I think their punter is number 37, Grayson King. He also handles the kickoff duties.
All right, so this is King to punt it away. He's a good kickoff man, and he's also pretty good at punting. As the ball is fair caught about the 36-yard line or so. 37 is what the scoreboard says. So we'll go with that. Here with 4.5 minutes remaining in tonight's contest between the Bryant Hornets and our Cabot Panthers. Live from Panther Stadium tonight, I'm Mitch Lilly along with Jeremy Carson. Been a pleasure for you guys to have us tonight. Thank you for watching. We obviously appreciate the viewership, and pretty good job by our broadcasting students. I'll talk about those guys and ladies here in a little bit. And I think Levitt is back in at quarterback. Handoff goes to the right. And minimal gain there. I think they say no gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 10, ball on the 36 with 4:05. Actually 4 minutes now and counting. Clock continuing to roll here as our Panthers offense awaits for the play. I want to thank some of my broadcasting students as we kind of let this play out here. Cannon Heifel, Robert Vozella, and Joe Deary, along with Landon Freeze working the camera up top. There's a nice run. There's a nice pickup. Who was that? Was that Godwin or Morse?
That was Morse.
Okay, Morse back in. Going to move the chains and pick up the first down. Kylan again getting some good reps. Again, want to thank those guys that I mentioned for working the up top camera tonight on top of the press box. And then I've got Jackson Armitage, Gavin Mahoney, Delaney Harvey, Josh Stallert, and working our cameras down low. I'm trying to thank all my kids that I have working tonight. Doing a great job on our cameras down low on the field level. And then, of course, in our control room, Ben Ryder is our director tonight. Caden McBride is working our PTZ cameras. And always thanks to Mr. Abe Deesmus, who's our IT technician, controlling our broadcast tonight, making sure our stream is smooth and our video board looks great. And also Andy Martin. Andy, our director of technology, does a great job keeping us up and going each week and making sure we have the best of equipment. So thanks to all those guys for a great broadcast tonight. Here's, I believe that's Morris again. Just a few yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Ball still on the 47 here. Just over 2 minutes remaining in our game tonight. Again, we're going to be on the road at Little Rock Central next Friday night. Jeremy and I'll bring the broadcasting crew, and along with Mr. Abe Deesmus, and we'll have your coverage from Little Rock Central, downtown Little Rock, next Friday night in Week 9. Nothing doing on that play. Bryant defense doing a good job stringing that play out. Slow developing play, and Bryant just closed down at the end there as the back tried to turn the corner. And that's going to bring up another punt here with 1:41 remaining.
There's an injured Hornet there on the field. They're having to get him off before, so the clock stops just to let him get off the field. And as the Panthers go into punt formation, 1:41 left to go. The official should wind this one as soon as the field is ready, and they do.
All right. So I guess this is still Blaylock. I can't see his number.
It is.
Lucas Blaylock. More of a line drive kick.
Takes a great Cabot bounce down inside the 10.
Does indeed.
And then into the end zone for the touchback.
Great effort by the Panthers special teams there to try to knock that ball, keep it from going into the end zone, but nonetheless it does, and that's going to be a touchback. That was number 23 on the effort there to try to keep it out of the end zone. Ian Frazier, senior defensive back and special teams player. Good job right there. Good effort anyways. So, Jeremy, we're going to flush this one, and we're going to come back and try to win out these last 2 games of the regular season, right?
Yeah, you're gonna watch the first quarter.
Yep.
And then maybe a first couple minutes of the second quarter, turn off the film, and get ready for Little Rock Central next week.
Shift the focus, turn the page, and move on. It's the name of the game right now. Still, excuse me, still a lot to play for these Panthers in the last 2 weeks of the season. Playoff positioning, ultra important as we head into the last 2 weeks, Week 9 and 10. And 2 teams that we can certainly battle with. Pass is complete by the Hornets. And that's going to move the chains. Another first down for Bryant. They've had a ton tonight.
Yep. And just happy to pick up a first down, get probably another young Hornet, some stats and some playing time.
Yep.
And 28 seconds to go on the game clock, 23 on the play clock. Imagine you might see just a kneel down here, or they'll just take the delay penalty and let the game expire.
There we go. Winding down to 10 seconds now remaining in our football game. Tough night for the Panthers. This Bryant Hornet team is as good as advertised, though. You can see why they're the class of the 7A Central. Offensively, defensively, they were impressive tonight. Our Panthers, the great first quarter and something you can build off in that regard. But still, like I said, a lot to play for in the last 2 weeks of the season. Playoff positioning, ultra important here. As we wind down this broadcast, again, I want to thank all the broadcasting students that helped tonight. Also, Mr. Abe Deesmus, again, thanks for your efforts. Mr. Andy Martin, thanks for your efforts. And thank you guys for watching tonight, for tuning in. We appreciate your viewership on YouTube. And again, be sure to tune in next Friday night as we're at Little Rock Central. We look forward to seeing you then. But for now, our final score, Bryant 49, Cabot 3. That's going to do it for from Panther Stadium. I'm Mitch Lilly for Jeremy Carson, saying so long, have a great night, and as always, go Panthers.